with some men with confidence.
Oh man, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a minute. It has been more than a minute. I'll take that applause. Thank you very much. The boys are back. We are all in the building. It is time to get this Open Mics podcast off and rolling. So I'm going to go around the room after introducing myself. I am the host with the most. Okay, didn't really like that, but we're gonna go with that this year in 24. This is your boy Terrence holding the mic, but I'm about to pass it around the room. Started with my guy down here in the bottom right, Mr. Grant, Mr. Rhino.
What's good? I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be back, and I'm looking forward to great things for this new year.
Awesome. To his left, I'm going to call him Mr. Scott, Mr. Pink, Mr. I don't know. I was feeling Reservoir Dogs for a second, but what's up, Tom?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to it.
Last but certainly not least, the brainchild behind the whole thing, the one who keeps the engine running. What's going on, Tony?
Yay!
Make
it soft.
My God, that's what I'm talking about. What's good? We're back in the saddle again. And, we've been gone for a minute. Sometimes taking a time away is a good opportunity to take a step back, take a breather, and reflect upon things that you've accomplished, things that you have achieved, but also time to be introspective and remind yourself why you do what you do. So I think that's where I'd like to start this year. Just a simple 3-letter question: why? Why are we here? Not like why are we here on this earth and why do we exist, but like why? Why are we holding these mics on this Open Mics podcast? What do you guys think? Have you all, I've used this time a little bit to reflect and think about my reasons, but I'll get to that in a second. I want to hear what everybody else has to say.
Well, I can only speak for myself, and my answer is probably going to be quite simple. I like hanging out with you guys. I've known you guys since the late 80s, and we've been friends ever since. And technology has evolved to a place that where we can all be on separate parts of the world and still come together and kick it and talk and communicate and connect. So that's my reasoning. Also, there's a creative part of my brain that wants to get on here and do stuff and participate with the public and discuss things. But yeah, for my most simple reason for doing this is to hang out with you guys and to talk about stuff.
Okay. Look, the answer can sometimes be just as simple as like hanging out with you guys. We like hanging out with you, Ronald, so it's all good. Anyway, who's next?
You want me to take it, Tone? I'll take it.
Got it.
Tone was probably about to hit the hot button. Mike, wait, okay, I get to him. Nah, but I'm gonna echo a little bit of what Rhino was saying. Of course, we all like hanging out together. As a matter of fact, it was when we came together on this platform off mic, and all of our intelligence together, the knowledge that we had, some of the hot fire conversations that we had off mic, that I felt like, hey man, this is too much intelligence and knowledge bottled up to be, not being able to be put out there. You know what I mean? And especially also, listening to other folks that was out there, not criticizing anybody from that standpoint, but I felt like, we still had an individual different take on where we came from. on the topics that were out there and all those other things like that. So a lot of what, I wanted us to do was get that knowledge, grab that, you know what I'm saying, and put it out, to the public, to young Black men, like I used to be from that standpoint. You know what I mean? Just remembering that even though I had my father kind of around or whatever the case may be, but I valued, the places that I pulled things from, that like Rhino said, has evolved, right? I pulled a lot of stuff from, the barbershops and stuff like that, just going to get my hair cut, listening to some of them older guys, man, wanting to write stuff down. They was talking too fast for me, even just with them, spinning knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Hey, young man, let me tell you, it's not how many times a man gets knocked off a horse that makes the true measure of a man. It's how many times he gets back up to get back on. Slow down over time. My hands hurt trying to write this stuff down, but I was able to get that from there. Technology has advanced, like Ronald said, and things have changed. Your barbershop conversations, still got some of them. Maybe ain't as prevalent like that. You know what I'm saying? From that standpoint, it might be not as many young men picking up stuff from that standpoint. They'd rather listen to it on a podcast, those type of things. So, I become, let's say, that old man on the barbershop that's evolved to this podcast to give you the knowledge that's in my head spinning out and run it in maybe also a little bit of a different way. All you need is that one little thing, one little spark to catch, and I'm happy. I know we have probably said something out there to some young men that they done caught on to and took off with, and I've been good. So there's my why for why we do this.
Okay. That was, not the short and simple answer. No shade. I'm just saying, sometimes you got to get it out there. You got to
short for me. That's short for me, Terrence.
That is true. That is short for our wordsmith. So I will give you that.
The long one will be here another hour.
Okay. Easy there, partner. Slow down, Kimosabe. What you got?
Time. Okay. So a lot of where this started from was when we reassembled together and started having our own little conversations offline. And then we started realizing that we're dropping a whole lot of good stuff in our conversations. And the phrase that kept echoing was, it would have been nice if we had this information when we were younger back in the day when we met. Like, if we had this information when we were teenagers and when we were adolescents and young men, this could have changed our lives. So I think that's one of the major focuses, at least for me, and I think for us together, is that we aim to fill that hole of the information that we didn't get when we were younger for young men of today. And we're trying to do it from not necessarily a goody two shoes perspective, but from, we're not trying to spread hate and division and all this other stuff that seems like it's prevalent nowadays. We're trying to do it the right way, do it the clean way, not hustling, scamming, skip, scap, scallywag, not trying to be that type of dude.
Okay. I feel that. So I know I led into this question saying that why? 3-letter word, right? So I'm going to try to keep this to 3 reasons. For me, reason number 1, for the people. We talked a lot about, amongst ourselves, what we have as far as tribal knowledge, just amongst us. And it's something that a lot of people aren't getting. A lot of people may benefit from. I won't say wants, but may benefit from. And it's not doing us any good just sharing it amongst ourselves, passing it back and forth. We got to share the love. So for the people. Number 2, we talked about, I think Sean and Tony both kind of touched on this point of, man, this would be so dope if I had known this coming up. So my number 2 is I have somebody who is coming up and could benefit from hearing from somebody other than me. Because a lot of times, you know how it is. You have that one dude who may be like a mentor, maybe like a father, in my case, a father, but sometimes not everybody has that, but you know what I mean? Somebody who's influential. But even that influential person sometimes like, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. You on one right now, or whatever it is. This gave me an opportunity to have 3 uncles drop some wisdom and impart a different perspective. Number 3, last but probably the least important reason sometimes in a way, is for myself. Completely selfish. You know, we have been dudes since before the internet was a thing. And that'll never change. So anytime we get the chance to come together like Voltron or Devastator or Power Rangers or whatever you want to call it, I'm here. I'm in. I'm down. Let's go. Plain and simple. Because y'all is my dudes. Period.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Form, hands, and feet. And our form, the head.
And on that note, I'm about to form Blazing Sword with this next question. Now that we've talked about why we do this, what do we want to do next? What is our end game? Meaning, if you could leave one thing from this that you would want people to take and just kind of say, that's what those dudes stood on, please don't say we standing on business. We get that. But
I'm so tired of that segment.
what would it be that you want to leave? Never too old, but nah.
Well, let me jump in on that one if you don't mind. Okay.
Absolutely.
So first of all, I want to add a little bit to the end of why, and because I think it's very important to talk about, and I will link mine to Rhino. Part of my why is getting the ability to talk to you guys and having my thoughts challenged and look at alternate points of view from people I respect. You know, people I know that are trying to live their life a certain way. They have a certain belief system, but at the same time, they may not see everything the exact same way that I do. And like, to me, that's huge. As far as, and what was the second part that you mentioned? Like, what do we do now?
What comes next?
What comes next?
I knew someone was gonna do it.
What's next? Do it bigger, better, wider, and more often. Try to get a bigger reach. Try to get more people. Try to get in your communities. Try to be visible. You know, just try to reach more people. Try to get more information out there and just spread.
Okay. Get more information out there, bigger reach. I like it. I dig it. I heard something in my head as you were saying it. Be heard, be seen. You know, that absolutely just kind of resonated with me. I'm with it. I see some wheels turning, so I'm gonna snatch the mic for a second and go ahead, bro. I see you. You got it.
I couldn't unclick that fast enough. But I would like to see us, and it's not really for my own hubris, but I would like to see us become a household name. I like for the community where we grew up in to know us and to see that, hey, I remember those guys. I sat beside those guys in school, and now they're doing this big positive thing, and they're bringing knowledge to the community. And I would like for them to interact with us as well and to share their knowledge, because they have knowledge to offer as well. I mean, we all grew up listening to those, as Sean said, the old dudes at the barbershop. You know, we all had those people that had a very positive impact in our lives, and not just at the barbershop, at school, teachers, at church. You know, that one deacon that would take the time and talk to you and share some information with you. You know, I would like to, America and the world, you know, stand off to the side in our own hometown. I would like us to be that household name. Hey, have you been listening to these guys? Yeah, they're talking about us. You should listen to them. You know, they might have they'll definitely share something that you could listen to and grab on and make a part of your life, and that'll help you to rise up and be better. That's what I would like to see.
Okay. So I heard two more words in that: rise up, rise up. Here we go. Um, I'm feeling it. I like the idea of uplifting and not just for our own hubris, but there is something to be said for making an impact and having people recognize you for that, and letting the people know that, hey, them dudes did all right for themselves. We always knew they would, and here they are.
I don't know about that last part. I don't know if they had that much confidence in us being all right.
I hear you, but you can't tell me no one has ever said, bro, I see all kinds of potential in you.
Sometimes.
No, I got told that.
Yeah.
I did.
Mm-hmm. What you got? What you got, Sean? What's up?
So, I mean, I was hearing y'all talking. I was forming mine. I was trying to. I think I was more focused on like what you were saying. What is your end game? What would you want to have, you know, out of this? What do you see, you know, for us to do? And you know, I guess it kind of piggybacks off of what everybody's saying and just putting it in different terms. You know, but to leave the legacy, to leave something greater than me. You know what I'm saying? I like being, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I joined the military from that standpoint to be more than, you know, what I was, to have something attached, you know, and one will never say that I wasn't a soldier. You know what I mean? I was a part of something that was greater than just myself. And that's basically also too what, you know, what I like that we're doing here, what, you know, it'll stand, it'll leave on, it'll go on for as long as, you know, there's the platforms and the internet and the stuff that was out there, and it'll be out there for, you know, somebody to pick up on and say, okay, you know, that old guy might have known what he was talking about a little bit. Every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Every now and then he hit a strike in the dark. You know what I mean? I'll say that often. You guys will hear that coming up probably a little bit more. But yeah, to leave a legacy to be greater than just myself. I like the fact that we do this, and I'd like to see more of that, like you guys say. That'd be great.
Okay. So, end game. What would I like to see come of this? Becoming a household name absolutely would be like phenomenal. Absolute, right? You know, I want to make an impact. And by making an impact, I think for our group, that means letting people know that, you know, who you are is a-okay. Just because you don't fit the quote unquote mold is fine. We didn't necessarily always fit the mold. We didn't always necessarily check off all the boxes. We were nerds before being a nerd was cool. And I feel like if we leave that sort of vibe and energy out there and provide the tools for the next generation to see that, hear that, know that, live in that space and grow from it, that would be amazing. Now, if we can make a lot of coin along the way, I'm not mad at it. Let's just be real. But it ain't about that. Just like it's not about our own hubris. I think something else that Tony said for me as an end game in this as well is that iron sharpening iron. that perspective being challenged, because sometimes, because we live individual lives in different places, this opportunity to come together, share our thoughts and ideas, keeps us sharp, keeps us on our toes, keeps us the best that we can be. And in doing so, that rises or raises everyone up. You know, the rising tide lifts all ships. And that would be, I think, my biggest end game I'd like to see come out of this tide raising more ships, future ships,
Yes.
to go forth and carry this further. Absolutely.
True. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
People need to see that curses can be broken. I mean, when I think about the Black community as a whole, people like to it's like they're forever holding these things over our heads. But it's like, bro, what are you doing that for? That's not how it is. They saw one person who was on something and they assumed that this is the case across the board and that the whole community is broken. But it's not. It's not. We are curse breakers. And people need to see us living that curse-free life. They need to see that so that they can know that, hey, I don't have to live under this stupid curse either. First of all, where did this curse even come from? Well, whatever the case is not here anymore. We are curse-free.
That's true. I think something else that you just said that made me think was, we also provide this space to where you can be a curse breaker, you can be unique, and you don't have to be negative. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch of backbiting, cross-talking, arguing down. It's an opportunity to see four men express an opinion, express a valid opinion, have a disagreement, and still be able to walk away at the end of the day like, yo, we still good. We all right. There's too much division, too much over talking, too much hostility sometimes, when not everything is that hostile. Not everything is that intense. I feel like we bring a space to where, you know, we get passionate, we get heated, we have our moments, but at the end of the day, once the dust settles, we're still good. See a lot of head nodding. Feel like LL, make your head nod. Let's go.
No, I agree. No, I agree. Oh, y'all were looking for me to elaborate on that. My bad.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to or not, man. I didn't want to cut you off. I felt like, go for it. Creator, go.
I don't think I had anything for it except I agree, man. It was like
okay, I was expecting the whole go ninja, go. Something.
Yeah, right.
But okay.
Something just a dancing and everything else, man.
You know, look, I'm in a music frame of mind right now, so I couldn't think of anything
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
You know, only other go I had was Trick Daddy. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. But anyway,
it's staying up. Yes, sir.
Anyway, with that being the case, I don't know if there's really anything else that we need to say about that. So I'm going to take this moment to just say the Open Mics podcast is back. We are ready to roll. And I hope you all are ready for more in 24, because we have plenty more in store. And I think I'm done rhyming now.
It's flowing, Bo. You tried to hit it.
Well, you know, I was a rapper in my former life way back in the day, somewhere around 87, 88. But, you know, anyway, we're going to let that go. Parting words. Last call. Final shot. What you got? Zip zero, not nada.
Stick
Okay.
with us for this wonderful journey that we're partaking.
Stay tuned. It's going to get bigger and better.
Bigger and better. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to end this the same way I always do. Thank y'all for listening. Like, share, subscribe. God bless you. Good night. Peace.
Good night,
Peace.
everyone.
Good night, everybody.